Detective Baghead, and today I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on what I would much prefer as a Slender Man movie, because the one 2017 really didn't do justice to the character, and I adore the character. I think he's like one of the best horror icons of all time. And Slender the Arrival in particular is such an incredible game because it builds up fear so well, and it's just so terrifying all the way through. And he could have been done on the big screen incredibly well, but he wasn't. And as a fan of uh, Slenderman, I just thought I'd try and redo an Slenderman movie in my own idea, my own vision of it. So the whole goal of the rewrite is to give the fans of Slenderman a better film and story than what we got in 2017. Even though the likelihood of this ever becoming a movie is very small, one can still dream. Slenderman has some of the most potential for an amazing and terrifying film without cheap jump scares. And as a huge fan of the character, lore, and games, I'm very happy to bring you this pitch for what I would have loved as a film. If you guys want me to finish the story and go more in depth, then please show your support in the comments or by liking the video. Anyways, without further ado, let's begin. The overview of the film is I want the film to portray Slenderman as this misunderstood, intimidating, almost unstoppable force that strikes fear into the audience by building up fear, by drawing closer and closer instead of a sudden jump scare out of nowhere or random loud sounds used as jump scares, like in this 2017 film, where Slenderman wouldn't even be on screen, but they would play a loud noise for no reason to try and scare you. It was just so stupid. And I don't want to give Slenderman a backstory. I mean, if I do, which I probably will. I mean, I said I won't, but he's not gonna get a human backstory, is what I mean. I might tease a backstory of maybe where he's come from or what he's doing and why he's doing it, but he's never gonna get a human backstory from me because I feel like it just takes away from the character. It just makes him less of a threat. All I have for my idea so far is the first 10 minutes of what I would like. So this is what it would be. It would start in a forest, obviously, with large hills surrounding it, and this would be set during dusk, and start panning up to show the sheer size of the forest. After a couple of police cars drive down a narrow road with their sirens blazing into the forest, similar to the one from Slender the Arrival, the path that went down when you very first start the game. I would then switch to a close-up of one of the officers in the front seat, not driving, looking out the window, and for a split second seeing a tall figure on top of a faraway hill, but suddenly disappearing from sight after passing another tree. The police would then arrive at a house somewhere along the road and get out of the police cars and enter a house to investigate. The house is empty, all apart from a female teenager who is found crying in a space under the stairs, similar to that from Harry Potter. After being found, she starts having a panic attack about something knowing where they are. The teenager has basically been driven insane by Slenderman, one of the abilities they gave him in the movie. And I want to use this as in Slenderman weaponizes his victims. As in, she's bait. He knows the police were coming. He's baited them. And two officers escort slash forcefully they drag the struggling teen to one of the police cars because she's just writhing. She just won't stop wriggling. She's just insane. It's and when they're taking her out to one of the police cars, it's also suddenly turned night outside, or at least dark. And while the other two officers that's all happening whilst other two officers investigate the house. Whilst one of the officers tries to get the girl in the back of the police car, the other officer spots the tall figure again, closer now, but still too far away to make out. But when he blinks, it disappears yet again. The two officers in the house noticed that the area where she was hiding was covered with tons of drawings and text of Slenderman, and classic text from the games such as "No eyes, always watching." The officers in the house will explore further and find many similar drawings and writing all along the walls and ceiling in the house. Suddenly a radio will turn on the house, playing a distorted version of "We'll Meet Again." During this scene, it'll change scene to the two police officers by the car, one of which will be in the driver's seat, and the other has finally managed to restrain the girl in the back seat, leaning through the side door of the car as he did it. And as he raises his head out, Slender Man appears on screen on the opposite side of the door right next to him. And then it instantly cuts back to the officers in the house, hearing the screams of their fellow officers. Both officers in the house rush out to find everyone in the car missing, even including the girl. The door of the house was slammed shut behind the officers after they leave, and they turn around in shock to look back at the house. The audience will see Slender Man standing behind the two officers. They won't see him, only the audience will. And this will be done with a single shot, just rotating around the two officers as they turned around. I just feel like that'd be more effective and really a nice shot. The final shot would just be the camera panning up over the forest, with the only lights being that of the police car's flashing lights on the roof and its headlights, yet still not being too dark a screen so that you can't make out the forest. The screams of the last two police officers would also be heard alongside the music, and the forest would spell out the word Slender with the lyrics as the background faded to black, leaving only the word Slender visible until the rest of the title, The Untold Story, fade into place below it. So there you go, that is the first 10 minutes, the intro for the film. It's not where it would go. I've had enough of idiot teenagers being in these films. All these horror films, just stupid teenagers that don't know what they're doing and stuff like that. So my idea is to bring in a detective to investigate it. And before you say it, no, it's not Baghead. They might get a reference, but it's not going to be Detective Baghead, isn't it? Alright? It's going to be a new detective. I just feel like it's much better having a detective investigating, someone who's skilled, someone who's actually smart and intelligent to go and investigate it, and it makes sense as well. And I'll go into that if you guys enjoyed this. I'll go out the rest of the story and what I'd have for the main plotline of the movie. This was just an introduction and what I'd have to set it up, because they didn't show enough of Slender Man in the 2017 film, and when they did, it was so dark you couldn't even see him. So I really wanted to show him in the first bit of the film to make sure the audience weren't disappointed. And that was my idea for the first 10 minutes. Please do show your support by liking the video and commenting, telling me if you want to see me continue with this storyline, or if you want to see me do anything similar, like rewriting something else. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you know when I upload the rest of this storyline. I have also already thought of a good plot for the sequel, if you guys want one, but I can't talk about it due to spoilers for this one. But anyway, that's all. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.